All right, guys, welcome. Today is Thursday, September 7th, and I am so excited to talk to you guys and share about showing up with passion consistently in this business, right? So I think everybody on here knows me, but I'll just share a little bit about me. I've been a coach for 4 years, and you guys might not know, like, I did not join Shane as an all-in business builder. Like, I say that, but I knew deep down I really wanted to build a business, but I had no self-belief in what I could do with this business. And I honestly, guys, I didn't really know how big of an opportunity this was when I started. I met Shane through a free abdominal challenge, and I was inspired by her. And I think at the time I actually like bluntly asked her what she was making, and she told me $900 a month. And that honestly, I was like, wow, if I could make $900 a month consistently, that could really change my family's life without having to work more as a nurse. So I work part-time as a nurse. I started coaching 4.5 years ago, and I had a passion for fitness, and I wanted to help people and make some extra money. But I didn't know that this would become a true career and change my life and my family's life without having to go back to work full time. So that's like a little bit about my story. And guys, I started this, and it really was a passion for me. It was fun. I loved reaching out to people. I loved helping others. And I just had a goal to help 3 new people every month. I remember my first month, I hit Success Club 17. We had no coach training. And I remember saying to Shane, like, well, I'm not going to have anybody to talk to next month. And she's like, yes, you will. And that was just my goal. Like, every month I was going to help 3 new people. I didn't have a goal to hit Success Club in the teens every month. I just wanted to help 3 new people consistently every month. And that's what I did. So year 2, I was a coach for a year, and I went to my second summit. So I started in March. Tammy and Shane went to summit in June, and I totally regretted that I didn't go. So that's going to be your first takeaway. If you've never gone to a summit, you're going to make it a goal to get to summit, because that is when you will see that this business really is life-changing. So I went to my second summit, my second year of coaching, and that's when I really had the vision of what this could truly become for my life and my family's life. So how do you create a passion for this business? Like, how do you show up consistently and keep that passion? So guys, I'm not going to share like these golden nuggets. I'm just going to kind of share things you've probably heard, but sometimes it's refreshing to hear it again. So you hear all the time vital behaviors, guys. That's really what it comes down to. We need to simplify this business. And when you do the vital behaviors consistently with passion behind it, you will be successful. So think to yourself and ask yourself, are you really doing those vital behaviors? Because guys, it all starts with you, right? We've heard this before, but you have to make yourself number one. You have to love on yourself. When you feel amazing, you feel good about yourself, and you want to talk to other people, right? So how do you feel good about yourself? You're a product of the product. So that's like number one. If you feel like crap right now and you're not feeling good, do you really feel you'll have that confidence, to reach out to people consistently working your business? So you have to be a product of the product, but you have to believe in our products and what they can do and what this opportunity can do. So you're not going to want to talk to people if you're not feeling good about yourself. So the key is to work on you, but it's not just physically, right? So again, we're talking vital behaviors, but your mind, you have to think of as a muscle that you have to consistently work. And that is the biggest thing, guys, in this business that changed for me. Before being a coach, I had no self-belief. If you would have told me 5 years ago that I was running my own business, I was a business owner, because you are a business owner. So you have to have that mindset too. If you had told me that, I would have laughed at you, okay? So the biggest change for me, I don't have this crazy transformation, but I do have a crazy transformation up here, okay? Even my nurse manager at work tells me that every year in my evaluation. She tells me that she wishes more people did the personal development that I do. Because it changes your mindset. So you can't just do your personal development when you feel low. So you have to use your personal development and work that muscle like you work your muscles for your workout. You have to work on yourself. My son shared a quote. He had to pick a quote for school, and I wanted to share this quote with you because he shared the quote that hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. This business is hard, and I think too many coaches look at other coaches and compare themselves and think that those coaches are just talented and, oh, they're just good at coaching and they're just good at this business. This business takes hard work. And the coaches that are successful in this business are the coaches that are putting in the time and they're treating this like a business and they're putting in the hard work and they're just talking to more people. This business is a numbers game too, guys. So you have to, if you're struggling to help new people each month, you're not talking to enough people. You have to talk to more people. So I love that quote for like many reasons because it takes hard work, passion, and consistency. That's what this business is about. So keep working on that muscle up here. So if you're not feeling great physically, you're not feeling good in your mindset, your coach is going to say to you, your upline coach is going to ask you, what program are you committed to and what personal development are you doing? And you need more personal development if you're not feeling good up here. Sorry guys, I have like notes so I stay on track and I don't ramble. So there's so many ups and downs in this business. You're going to have days that you feel like, oh my gosh, I have 3 people that are interested. They're going to sign up. And then you're going to have days that you have a return. You're going to have days that 10 people say no to you. You have 10 people that don't respond to your messages. Like there's so many ups and downs. So that's where you have to consistently work on your personal development to ride through those ups and downs. So don't just do your personal development either. So figure out if you are better at reading your personal development or listening to personal development. And whichever one you're doing, if you're not feeling a change up here, you're not letting it soak in, and you also might not be applying it. I think many people listen or read, but are they really soaking it in and applying it? So ask yourself that. So that's where you don't have to always be getting new books and you can go back to an old book and maybe just let it really soak in. Maybe take notes on it and figure out what you do better with. Do you do better with reading and highlighting, or do you do better with listening to audio? So figure that out. So Tammy will appreciate this because Stacey McKenna, this is like her love language. Stacey McKenna is a coach that, like a life coach that basically helps you with your mindset and going after what you really want in life, basically. So she had shared this with me before, and I feel like it was one of the best things for me because she always says to change your language, talk to yourself like you love yourself. And so instead of saying that you have to do something, change that, anything, to I get to do that. So instead of saying, oh, I have to work out, oh, I have to invite today, oh, I have to do my personal development, think of this as a gift. You get to invite people to this opportunity. You get to invite people to change their life with a program and the best shape that is out there. Think of it that way because it's so much lighter. And when you say you have to do something, it just feels heavy. So just think of that you get to invite others. You get to invite them to your free groups, to your challenge groups, to the business opportunity. You don't have to. And even with your workouts, make sure you're saying, yes, oh, I love that, Monica. I choose to. It empowers you. Exactly. So that is change your love language to yourself. Talk to yourself like you love yourself, and change when you say that you have to do things that you get to. So how do you change your mindset of you have to? So when you go to work, right? Most of us probably on here have a job besides coaching. So when you go to work, I know that I say I have to go to work. I'm never going to say I get to go to work. I like my nurse job, but it's not my passion. So I'm never going to say, oh, I get to go to work from 7 to 5:30 today. No, I'll never say that. So that's where the difference is between an employee mindset and a business owner running a business that you have a passion for. So Just think of that. The passion starts with you. So commit to a program and commit to personal development. As an employee, guys, we get paid for our time. As a business owner, as a coach, you're going to feel, if you're a newer coach, that you're putting in a ton of time for little money. And that's normal to feel that way. Just know that in the long run, consistency with passion behind it and leading with your heart pays off. And you can turn this business into a true career. Have a passion behind your invites. Okay, so how do you do that, right? Well, again, it's feeling good about yourself. People can sense in your message, I will tell you right now, when you're going through a funk, because we all go through funks. I go through funks often, and I just pull myself out of them, right? They can feel that in your message. And you're gonna like question it. It's so true. When you are like at a low, they're gonna sense it in your messages. So if you're only using cold invite scripts, they are gonna sense that in your message. This is where you have to show up consistently. You don't have to, you get to, right? We get to show up on Facebook, on Instagram, social media. We get to share, what we do, right? We get to show up and share that we're working out, that we have a business opportunity. We get to share our life on social media. So make sure you're not just getting in that rut of only sharing about coaching. Share you, show up on social media, create a following. People can sense how you feel through messages if you're only just sending these cold invites. Make sure you're running free groups consistently, and that you're inviting all your customers to these free groups, your challenge groups, and your discount coaches. Tammy did an awesome call on this. You make sure you treat your discount coaches as your VIP customers, okay? In your challenge groups, show up like a freaking rock star. Show up every day in your challenge groups. Go live in your challenge groups and show your passion in your challenge groups, right? And you're going to have customers that join you that you met on social media, you've never met them in person, and they're going to feel like they know you when you're showing up in your challenge groups and talking to them. That's also a great way to share live on Facebook and practice live on Facebook. It's a great way to practice and then get in the habit of going live on your Facebook wall once a week. Going live, people get to know you. They feel like they know you. It's not just you posting behind a picture. They feel like they know you. So going live in your challenge groups, but on your wall, if you're nervous to do that, start out with something that has nothing to do with coaching. Maybe it's applying your favorite mascara. Maybe it's you cooking something. They're just like some examples. Challenge groups. Yes. Okay. So I said going live, but I want to bring up the point that if you want to help people every month, you should never, ever, ever have a month that you don't have a place to invite. You should always have a group to invite because you get to run these groups, right? So make sure you're always running groups. And if you don't feel that you have enough people to run groups yourself, that's where it's awesome. You buddy out with a success partner, you buddy out with 3 other coaches, but you always should have a group that you can invite to. So the next thing that I wanted to talk about is being that rock star coach. I hear so much that I can't find any rock stars. I can't find coaches to join me. I think sometimes that feels heavy. And when you take the pressure off of finding those rock stars and put the focus on you being that rock star coach and helping as many people as you can, and truly focusing on helping your customers get results. You don't want to just sign up a customer and you talk to them that first week and then you're not really in connection with them. You want to make sure that you're really connecting with your customers, checking in on them. If they're quiet in your groups, maybe they're just quiet in challenge groups. Not every person likes to post in groups. So make sure that you're checking in with them at least weekly and really putting the focus on them achieving results. Because guys, when you help your customers and they have a transformation, they make rock star coaches. because they believe in what we do. So the next thing, guys, is I'm going to be real with you. Again, I get in funks. We all do. If your upline doesn't admit that to you, she's being strong for you as we want to be for you. Okay. You vent up, you don't vent down, right? But I'm going to tell you, I get in funks. So that's when you need to up your PD. Okay. But it really, really comes down to, and again, guys, everything I'm saying today, I know you've heard, so I'm sorry if you don't have these aha takeaways, but sometimes just hearing it in a different style. So I'm just gonna read this. Yes, perfect. So you just want to ask how she's doing. But you have to have a strong why. You have to have something that is going to drive you forward when you get in these funks. And if you're a newer coach, you might be like, well, what, like how, why, what is she talking about? So as a new coach, you might say to yourself like, oh, well, I want to, yes, I am going to go over that for sure. Remind me. But so you want to not just say that you want to earn your shake for free, that you just want to help other people, that I like fitness, or, you know, maybe you like clean eating. You don't want to say that you just want to help end the trend of obesity. Yes, all these things are great, but you have to have something that's deep. You have to have something that's going to push you, that you're not just going to say, oh, well, I'm just going to have to go back to work full time, or I'm going to have to maybe work more hours because this isn't working. You know, this is really hard. You have to have something that's going to push you forward. So, like for me, guys, I'm going to share with you, like my why was that I didn't want to go back to work full time. And so when I started coaching, I was part-time and we were struggling a little bit. And then, you know, I got to a point that I actually was thinking about quitting my nurse job because I achieved, you know, not having to go back to work full time and more, right? But then it was like I needed something else to drive me. So, you know, now it's other things for my kids. I have a huge dream to have a condo at the shore. So you have to constantly, your why will evolve. And when I started, guys, my why was literally to have $500 extra a month. That was my first why. So your why will evolve, but you want it to be something that's going to drive you and push you. And it really does come back to having a passion. You have to have a passion for this. So what do you do daily to show up with passion? You heard it. I'm not going to keep going and saying it. The personal development, doing your program and feeling amazing, right? Committing to your vital behaviors, listening to the national wake up call, listening to team calls like it's your job, because you know what? Yes, it's our job. So treat this like a business and show up and be excited to listen. But the other thing, guys, is making sure that you're using a tracker, because you're not an employee and you're a business owner. And how can you run a business if you're not tracking what you do? So I know it's easy to just go through your Facebook messages of who you're talking to, but I like to keep my old trackers and then I go back to them, and then that's how I create new lists. So I'm a pen and paper girl. I keep it simple. So guys, make sure you change your language to yourself. Start saying, I get to and not have to. This business can be hard. Life is hard, but working full time is hard too, right? So what if you could do this and not have to work full time? So draw a line in the sand, go all in, and be that rock star coach yourself. Keith Callahan shared this morning, and I wanted to share with you. I think most of you guys probably know who Keith Callahan is, but he's above all of us, and he's a millionaire earner. So there's a day that you become a coach. You know, you sign up, right? But then there's your birth date. So your birth date is the day that you decide that you are going to go all in with this. You are going to stop playing games and not just kind of coast with this and dabble at it. So I loved that, because I think that, you know, I know for me, my first year, I hit Success Club every month, but it was like I was a coach, but I wasn't all in. And once I went to Summit, I was all in. Think about what you get to do. So I don't know if you want to write this down, but write down the things that you get to do with this business. And then write down the things that this business can give you, okay? write out a 5-year vision that if you drew the line in the sand today and started today as your birth date as a coach. So you might have been a coach for 2 years, 3 years, 6 months, whatever it is. But if you wrote down today's date, showed up every day with passion, a fire in your belly, and a fire in your belly for what you vision that this will do for your life in 5 years. And write it all out. Write down that deep, dark why so that when you get in those funks, you have that to go back and look at. And like I said, that why may evolve and change, and it's actually good to do it like once a year. All right, bear with me, guys. I cover most of the stuff. The other thing, guys, is write out your business hours. So this does not include checking team pages. It does not include your workout or your personal development or listening to these calls. Your business hours is checking in on your challenge groups, doing your 10 friend requests, your 10 messages, your invites, you're inviting to your free groups, your challenge groups, the coaching opportunity, your follow-ups. Making sure that you're doing that first. Then you go back and you make sure that you're checking the team pages, that you're, doing the other things, but make sure you're doing the most important things first. You will be much more successful if you do those things first and go back and do the stuff that's easy to do, check the team pages and all that stuff. And making sure that when you're in a training, guys, you're not just like checking the page and commenting, that you're actually soaking it in and doing what is encouraged. If you need a refresh, go into the Wild Impact, the new training, and making sure that you're having a once-a-week call with your upline, because that is really, really key and helpful. So guys, have a huge passion, a why, and a drive to do the hard work and be consistent. Show up on social media, make sure you're reaching out to people with passion and belief. Because this can and will change your life if you have passion and belief behind this. So somebody asked, let me grab my phone, for PD suggestions. So I love Audible. Awesome. Sorry, I'm going to pull up the, I was afraid if I looked at the comments, guys, like while everybody was on, that I would kind of get thrown off, because that happens easily to me. And if you didn't notice, I don't like public speaking. So Tammy knows how much of a weakness it is for me. And I still get nervous when, I'm leading a bigger team call. I feel like I can talk to my smaller team page, and I just don't get nervous for whatever reason. But when we open it up to everybody, I'm like, I choose to. Monica shared, instead of saying I have to, say I choose to. That's very empowering. Okay, so PD suggestions for when you're in a funk. I have like my staple books that I go back to, that when I get in funks, that I go back and like pull myself out with. So Daring Greatly is an awesome one. The Universe Has Your Back, Gabrielle Bernstein. And I can actually put a list up, guys, but these are like just a few of my favorites. You Can, You Will, Joel Osteen, is a staple for me when I get in a funk. The Secret, Entrepreneur Roller Coaster is good, guys, for ups and downs. And honestly, You Are a Badass. But Universe Has Your Back, I absolutely love. That's probably one of my favorites for when I'm in a funk. And PD, you want to make sure that you're not just listening to books about mindset, or not just a book about business. You want to make sure that you have one for both. You need to work on both. So it's not just mindset. So you can think of personal development, like maybe listening to like Bob Helig, like learning, that can be personal development, but that to me is more personal development about the business. So you want to have both. Like I think going back to GoPro, like 3 times a year, everyone should do. It's like the Bible of the business. So going back and refreshing yourself on that, there's always a new takeaway when I listen to that again. So, but make sure you're doing one for both. Yes, invites first. All right, ask me more questions. You know what, Tam? I was actually just gonna get that one. Yeah, Tammy just said, "You're a badass at making money." That's the same author as "You Are a Badass." So I love that. One I just listened to recently was "Beach Money." Love the title because I want a beach condo. But that's kind of more. That's by Jordan Adler. It's a Beach Money. Creating your dream life through network marketing. So that's a good one too. Questions, guys? We can open it up. It's 11:30. I plan to talk for 20 minutes. So questions? Tam, you can chime in because I know you always have good stuff to share. Anybody? This was short and sweet, guys, but I know some people are trying to jump on kind of during a lunch break too. So I thought a 30-minute call would be good. And again, I know I may not have shared anything like really new, but sometimes just hearing it from a different leader, you have different takeaways. Everybody has different styles. So Christina Delgado did a call years ago. It's probably, I don't know, Tim, what do you think, 2 years ago on your why? I can probably share that actually in the post that the graphic Shane posted of me for the call. That is like a really awesome call to get you back to really having that strong why. Yeah, Super Saturday, if you're in a funk, team events are very crucial. Yes. But the Christina Delgado, exactly, like that is actually a call that I go back to. I probably listen to it once a year because when you're in a funk, get out of a funk and go listen to that call by her. But yeah, events are crucial, guys. And I actually want to get my PA team kind of together soon because I think just surrounding yourself with positive people, sometimes just getting together and reminding yourself how much, you know, you build relationships with this. And that's what you want to make sure you're building relationships with your customers. You want your customers, your coaches, you want to have a relationship with them. And, you know, when you do, you have their trust and, you know, be a friend as well as their coach. Shane, I know you're probably on one of these numbers. You can unmute yourself. And I'm sure you want to talk. I think she dialed in, so she didn't mess up me logging in. And then I forgot to log in as you.
Well, you know, when a mic drops, you go speechless. I tell. Man, that was so awesome.
Oh, good.
I'm not going to expand on anything. I think it was short to the point. People, you're right. We're jumping on at lunch hour. I think you said what needed to be said. They need to now go act. Thank you, Kelly, so much for your leadership.
Sure. All right, guys. I will end this for you unless you guys have more questions, but it's recorded and I will share the recording. Please share with your teams if you guys have your own team page. Because I just wanted to kind of light that fire and get us all fired up, right? For awesome stuff coming. Go get your Super Saturday ticket and have an awesome week.
Awesome. Thanks, Kel. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Have an awesome day.